Hey YouTube, it's Marquita, and this is week 17/18. 17 weeks according to my last menstrual period, and 18 weeks according to the baby's last scan. I will honestly start off this video by saying that I will be so happy when next Friday, February the 3rd, gets here. So that way we can stop saying 17/18 or 18/19. I just want to have one due date and I want to have one rollover week. Okay, that's my gripe for the video. I'm hoping that this video is turning out better than my other videos. For some strange reason, my webcam has been making this crackling noise and it's really annoying, and I don't like using my point and shoot camera because it's an HD camera, and so it takes 45 minutes to upload videos, and that's why I always shoot from my webcam, because I don't want to have to break out the tripod and then have to wait 45 minutes for the video to save and then another 45 minutes for it to upload to YouTube. So we're going to try it this way. If the crackling is still there, I don't know, I guess I'm just going to have to go to using the other one. Okay, so like I said, we are in week 17/18. So for this week, for week 17, the baby is the size of an onion, which to me is huge. The baby weighs as much as a turnip. So it's like, oh my goodness, these are real actual things that I can go into the store and I can pick it up and I can hold it in my hand and say, oh my gosh, this is how much my baby weighs this week. So this past week has been a roller coaster, to say the least. For those of you who don't know, I'm about 19 days away from my wedding. Yay! And I am currently pregnant, obviously. So because of my first trimester, I've been really behind on wedding crafts, and so I've been spending a lot of time trying to work on them. Well, I had a huge hiccup in wedding plans and all kinds of other plans this week, when I had to just cease and desist. I had to stop going to work because last Tuesday, I believe, either Tuesday or Wednesday, before we had our major Seattle snowstorm, ice storm, I was at work and I was conducting interviews because, like I said in my last video, February 6th will be my last day of working. Yay! Again. And so I needed to conduct interviews to replace me because I'm a supervisor at my organization, and so we needed to replace that position. So I was sitting in an interview and I was coming towards the end of the interview and I felt this tightening feeling. And since I've been pregnant before, I remember what contractions feel like. And I said, wow, that really feels like a contraction. And I said, well, if I'm 17 weeks according to the baby size, then it is around the time to possibly start having some Braxton Hicks contractions. So I didn't really think anything of it. So as I was sitting there, I noticed that the contraction went on for a really long time. So I started looking at the clock and I said, okay. And so it finally let up. I went and drank some water because I was concerned that I was dehydrated. And, I was already sitting down, so I knew that I wasn't overdoing it. I hadn't done any heavy lifting. So I was sitting at my desk in my office and I got the tightening feeling again. And it lasted for a good 2 to 3 minutes. So I knew that it wasn't something that was normal, because Braxton Hicks contractions are kind of infrequent. They shouldn't come every, on a pattern. And I was definitely having them on a pattern. They were coming about every 10 to 15 minutes and they were lasting for about 3 minutes. So I first called Krista and asked her if she had been reading anything in our books that said anything about Braxton Hicks. We both read along for the pregnancy, and so she's always telling me fun little tidbits about the pregnancy, and so I always like to check in with her first to see if maybe she read something that I might have missed. She said that a friend of hers had Braxton Hicks contractions in the entire pregnancy and she felt like it was normal. Well, about an hour later, I had had about 5 or 6 Braxton Hicks and I got concerned. So I called my mom, and because I have a history of preterm labor, my mom said, call the doctor right now. So I called the doctor and I spoke with the nurse, and the nurse was super concerned because of my history, because of how frequent the contractions were coming and the intensity of them. So she decided to call me back and she wanted to go speak with the doctor. So from that point on, I was told to go straight home. I had to take ibuprofen, which scared the bejesus out of me because ibuprofen is a huge no-no in pregnancy. However, if you use it in a short span of time, for instances like this, like stopping preterm contractions, then it's supposed to not hurt the baby. I really have my fingers crossed that nothing happens with the baby from using it for the day that I had to use it, but it was either risk the chance of something being wrong with the baby or go into labor at 17 weeks and knowing that the baby was not going to survive. So I was put on bed rest. I had to lay down, and for 24 hours, I had to take 600 milligrams of ibuprofen every 6 hours. So after laying down and after a couple of rounds of ibuprofen, the contractions stopped. But I will say that they have not stopped completely. I do have them intermittently off and on, and I'm really hoping that if my doctor is going to put me on bed rest, that it happens after my wedding, because my wedding is basically a destination wedding because we live in Seattle and my wedding is in Atlanta, and requires for me to get on an airplane. It also requires, my honeymoon afterwards. We're going island hopping, and I don't want to have to miss those things, although I would if it became a medical necessity, but I'm really hoping it doesn't come to that. So that was my scare for the week. It really put some things into perspective for me and really kind of freaked me out. So I have been home for the past, today is now Monday, so tomorrow will make a week. I am going back to work tomorrow. But after my contractions stopped and I was officially off of bed rest, then we had Snowmageddon here in Seattle, and it snowed, which it hardly does in Seattle. It'll snow like in the outer areas, like Everett and like the foothills and of course the mountains. But because Seattle is so hot and it's a lower elevation of sea level, it usually doesn't snow here very hard. We had like 4 inches of snow. It might have been more than that. And then the next day when it was all supposed to melt, no, it didn't. It rained and then it turned into an ice storm. So Krista and I have been at home. She finally was able to go back to work on Friday, and then she worked through the weekends to get some overtime for the wedding. But we've been snowed in the house. I have not really left the house in the past week. That's not fun. I'll be happy to leave the house tomorrow. So what else? So pregnancy symptoms. I've been feeling the baby move a lot lately, which is awesome. I love those little like flutters, and like I said last week, it's getting stronger in intensity. I'm really hoping that soon Krista will be able to feel the baby move. I've tried to, like when the baby's going crazy, I've tried to get her to put her hands there, and he or she just stops moving. So she's getting really frustrated, and I feel bad, and I feel like she feels left out sometimes. Like she talks to my stomach, and she like shakes my stomach, but she doesn't have that bond. And her brother's girlfriend is pregnant right now, and they're able to feel the baby move. He's able to feel the baby move on the outside. She's probably about 6 weeks ahead of me though, but he's definitely able to feel the baby, and I think she's feeling a little left out. So I'm hoping that comes soon, that she's able to feel the baby. My morning sickness is pretty much gone. Yay! As long as I eat every 2.5 to 3 hours, then I'm good. And there's been some days where I've gone a little bit longer than that. I still have my days when I don't feel so great, but the majority of the time I feel pretty good, other than the days when I'm having contractions. What else? I have bursts of energy. Yay! So exciting to have energy back again. I'm going to insert a picture of my aisle runner. I'm going to give you guys a sneak peek into some of my wedding crafts. And I have been working on this aisle runner, and I've gotten about 12 feet done on it. And so this is a picture of the aisle runner. And so, yeah, that's going to be in the wedding. And I've had enough energy to finish that and work. I knocked out 2 videos today. If you haven't gone and seen them yet, I did 2 parts to my cloth diapering series today. Yay! So I'm like full of energy. I am feeling like back to normal. It's awesome. I love it. What else? I think that's really it. Next week we have going into our 5 month checkup with our doctor and our midwife. And like I said, on the 3rd, we have our anatomy scan and gender scan. However, the gender will not be revealed then. The gender of the baby, if the baby cooperates, will be revealed at our wedding. But I am going to do some kind of a giveaway the week before the wedding, so that way we can have you guys submit your guesses and then get like a neat prize for guessing the right gender of the baby. What else? I really think that that's it. Like I said, it's been a pretty uneventful week because I've been on bed rest. So, yep, I am not going to show you guys my belly this week only because I'm like lounging around and I have sweatpants on and they're white and I'm concerned that you'll be able to see my underwear through them. So maybe when Krista gets home, I will have her take a picture of my belly with regular pants on and I will submit it at the end. Congratulations to those of you who have gotten your BFPs. I want to send a huge congratulations out to Miss G. After years of trying, her and her partner are finally pregnant, and I'm hoping that it's twins. Those are my meditations to the universe now. Congratulations to anyone else who's gotten your BFP recently. And you guys can always send me messages. I don't want anyone to feel left out. So let me know if you have BFPs. Let me know if you're in your 2-week wait. I think Lex Nani is going to be in their 2-week wait. I know that they just started on cycle day 1, I think, last week. So they'll be coming up on their 2-week wait. And congratulations to a baby for our home. She saw their heartbeat of their baby. What else? Who else? There's so many of you guys. So if you're in your 2-week wait, lots of baby dust. If you're trying, lots of baby dust. If you're pregnant, stick baby stick. And if you're having a really hard time, here's a big old hug for you because I know how difficult TTCing can be, and pregnancy and staying pregnant is really hard. So I guess that's it. So, oh, okay. Alrighty, well I have to go. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.